Disneyland, the GOAT, the goated goat, the place of pure happiness, serotonin, and absolutely being broke. You know you're going broke if you go to this park. I'm just throwing it out there. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Park Guide. Today we will be talking about Disneyland California, and for this one I'm going to be talking about my top 5 rides at Disneyland. Not California Adventure though. We're just handling Disneyland one at a time, okay? But before we get into all of that, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe so you guys can see some more amazing content. All right, let's get into it. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be at number 5. Wait, hold on. Is it Caribbean or is it Caribbean? Caribbean. It's one of those, okay? First of all, the Pirates ride is an absolute classic and a must when you go to any Disney park whatsoever. I don't know anybody that has not gone to Disney and not at least gone on the pirate ride at least once before they left that park that day. And if they didn't, it's probably because they just hate Johnny Depp, which is impossible, which means it's impossible to not get on the Pirates ride, point blank. I would also like to be a pirate, so, you know, Disney, I heard y'all got a reboot movie coming up. I'm available. The Pirates ride is a water-based ride. Not that you'll get wet, because I've honestly never gotten wet while I've been on that thing, but you are going to be sailing and seeing different sort of storylines of the pirate movies and stories that they have to tell while on a boat, just like a pirate would do. I really like the simplicity and the uniqueness of it because Disney has a lot of rides where, you know, they're mainly showing off the story, like the Winnie the Pooh ride, the Little Mermaid ride. You got the Peter Pan one. Like, there are these stories where you basically, it's like a dark ride. You're just sitting in a chair and you're kind of going through and watching the stories, and the animatronics tell that, right? Well, this makes it feel way more immersive just because you're in this gigantic big dome and it's just you're already floating on water, you're already feeling the pirates, you're going in so many different areas just riding around, and it just takes it up a notch compared to all the other older dark rides. Also, the Pirates Life for Me song, that's a banger. I don't know if I can play that song. I don't want to get copyrighted. I'm just gonna sing it for you guys, okay? Pirates Life for Me, arg. Disgusting. The franchise of Pirates of the Caribbean is also just absolutely awesome to see. I love how Disney was able to just incorporate these sort of pirates and give them all such different stories and give them all such different personalities, these amazingly well-crafted villains to just give us a fantastic storyline that involves pirates. No princesses, no none of that. Just dirty sword gun wielding pirates. Also, the game in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, that part, one of my favorite Keyblades too. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Splash Mountain. Rest in peace, Sir Bunny. Splash Mountain is the complete opposite. When I said I didn't get wet on the Pirates ride, you will be getting absolutely soaked on Splash Mountain. Hence the name Splash Mountain. I have a great memory. I went on Splash Mountain and I did not want to get wet. You know, your boy had some fresh infrared 4s on. There's no way I was getting wet. I decided to drop $30 for one of those poncho things, even though it was not raining. I was never going to use it again, but I was like, there's no way I'm getting wet. My friends, there was 2 of them. It was my friend Victor and it was my friend Leslie. They were right in front of me. And they were like, oh, we're fine. Like, we're all good. And I was like, okay, we're going to see who gets soaked. When I tell you they walked off that ride completely soaked in water, and I just felt so protected and dry, greatest $30 ever. But let me tell you the real reason I'm rocking with Splash Mountain. That song in there is absolutely smackaronis. Yippity doo dah, yippity day. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. Bro, that is bars from Kendrick Lamar himself. What I also really like about the ride is the fact that it starts off as this like water-like ride, like roller coaster-y, and then it slips into the story later on. It doesn't start off like that. It slips into it after, and I like how I'm like feeling like I'm being transported inside of a fairy tale. Now, rest in peace, my boy, to the bunny, because he's about to dip. If you guys didn't know, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is gonna be replacing Splash Mountain, which honestly I am very excited for. I love the Princess and the Frog movie. It's probably my #2 favorite movie when it comes to Disney, like princesses or just 2D animation. But also I know those songs to a T. So I don't know, man. Y'all might catch me twerking on that ride. Hey, yo, no shame. Come on now. Going down the bayou. Number 3 is gonna be Space Mountain. You guys all knew this was coming. Honestly, I don't think this is really original, because how could it not be? Like, everyone loves Space Mountain. It's probably one of the fastest rides they have at Disneyland, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen Space Mountain in the daytime, but it's not as grand as the dark like feeling of being in the midst of an actual black void, but it's still just as fun because of how fast and how, like, I don't like just the science behind how they did that and how they infrastructured this ride is just crazy to me. Honestly, the darkness in the ride and me not being able to see where I'm going or up really gives the illusion of how space would feel, where you're just literally just like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere. Number 2, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. This is one of the greatest rides ever created at any place. I think this was the first time I ever rode on a trackless ride. Not only was it a trackless ride, but it had motion simulators, it had walkthrough environments. I mean, even just the queue of getting inside is an entire experience. I've never encountered anything like that, to not only wait in line and be viewing all the costumes that they have, but then to start the storyline where you get this awesome holographic show. You get transported inside of this spaceship and enter somewhere completely different. It's so awesome. Seeing all of those stormtroopers, my jaw was on the floor. To add to it, the ride was just so immersive. It was so great having these employees stay in character, so you really feel like you got captured. It was just that thing is actually like magical. I wish we had more things like that at the other Disneylands, or at least give us Ratatouille. Okay, let's at least give us the trackless Ratatouille ride. I'll take anything. And at the number 1 spot, it's going to be the Indiana Jones Adventure. Guys, I know this one isn't a trackless ride. I don't even know what you would really count this, but I've never been on a roller coaster that's, you know, has a defining line of where it's supposed to go, and it just feels like I'm still gonna fall out of my seat. Having a Jeep styled ride, genius when it comes to this sort of thing. I mean, this place is massive that you are driving in. You're not driving into, like, you know, a normal dark ride. You're not driving into a space that you feel like you can even just casually walk around. Like, this place feels like it's an actual temple. Like, I really felt that. I also just really enjoy hearing the little audio voice lines from the character himself when we enter different parts, so we can see what his thoughts are, as if he's driving this vehicle and we're kind of just along for the ride on this wild adventure. Like, favorite part, we are literally running from death and we're in the snake pit and he's just like, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? And I'm like, bro, we're gonna die. Like, take this seriously. Anyways, those are gonna be my top 5 rides. I know I'm missing the Haunted Mansion. I wanted to put this on here. I know you guys are probably already thinking, like, Tim, how do you not have Haunted Mansion? You are constantly talking about horror things. Haunted Mansion deserves to be here. Why is it not? Look, compared to these other ones, I feel like Haunted Mansion is great, but I honestly would love a different version of Haunted Mansion. I know that's blasphemy and I know that's something that will never happen, but I feel like there's more that can be done with how it's formatted and the way that we go around the Haunted Mansion. I just feel like there's just a better way to do it. Not talking about that elevator part, that needs to stay there. But yeah, those are gonna be my top 5 favorite rides at Disneyland California. Please, in the comments, let me know if you guys like these rides too, or if you have another top 5 list, please list them down below. I would love to read what you guys have to say. But anyways, that's gonna be all for this video. I will see you guys in the lines. Peace.